this is Ashley, and today I would like to talk a little bit about pagan parenting and the rites that you can perform for a child or a baby. So this is called a Wiccaning, Paganing. It's also known as Saining. I prefer to just call it a pagan baby dedication or a name dedication. And this sort of ritual can be done with the accompaniment of family and friends, whether they're pagan or non-pagan, and can also be modified to really do a lot of different things in terms of having less people present, a more private ritual, or perhaps just the two parents and maybe the guardians that will be involved. It can also be done with a full circle. So today I'm going to talk about some of those different options and how to basically go about getting started with a name dedication and what you'll need, as well as ways to personalize it and really make it your own. Ooh, mosquitoes. So, to prepare for your baby dedication, you will definitely need to gather your supplies and also speak to some family and friends. It would be great to have some trusted friends or members of your circle, perhaps, if you are involved in one, or your coven, to assist you with this. And you will want to take some general scripts, if possible, and write them so that they suit your needs. So you will also need some sea salt, some blessing oil of your choice, which can be related to whatever particular guardians or deities you have, though it doesn't have to be. You will need a cup or a chalice of wine if you would like to include a passing of the cup in your ritual. And you will also need a space to perform your ritual, of course, and that can hold as many people as you're going to invite, as well as a table for your altar or magical items. And your altar can be as elaborate or simple as you like. You should really include items of your faith, perhaps family heirlooms, items related to your deities or guardians, or ancestors, depending on what your path is. And you will want to set that up ahead of time. Your table in your space with your altar and your cup of wine, and gather your family and friends. So you may want to really schedule this ahead of time so that your family and friends can participate. You will need to gather tokens of the 5 elements, air, earth, fire, and water, as well as spirit, which we'll talk about. You should be creative or think of your particular path when you're gathering these items. So you can get a leaf from a tree that's in your yard. You can get graveyard dirt from an ancestor's grave that's particularly important to you. I would recommend storing your tokens in small mason jars, the jelly jars that are about, I think they're 4-ounce or 8-ounce jars would really be perfect. For water, you can use a meaningful river, lake, creek, ocean, if you prefer, something that might be important to your family. For fire, you can use a candle, oil lamp. You can use your cauldron if you're going to do an outdoor rite. If you want to have something with special meaning, you can choose a large pillar candle and reuse that for your child on his or her birthday. so that way you will have a little bit of that candle um, for many birthdays to come. Okay? For air, I would suggest a feather, incense. You can use feathers that might be important, connecting to your animal totems if you're especially connected to owls, for instance. Um, and for spirit, you will want to um, use something that comes from the heart, if you will. So, if you have a song or a lullaby that's special to you that you sing to your child, that would be appropriate. You can use artwork, especially if it's made by a family member or friend, something that's created for the baby or that is displayed in the nursery, assuming we're talking about a baby. If it's an older child, it can be something that's been especially meaningful to them or a family heirloom. Um, Blanket, hat, knitwear, any of that that's specially made for your baby would be great. In a pinch, you can tie together several ribbons, one each color of the rainbow, and bless and knot the ribbons as you go along um, for this purpose, and individual blessings for your baby, and then that can be hung up in the baby's room afterwards and bring a lot of good juju to the area. So those are just some ideas. Of course, you can make it your own. When you go to begin the ceremony or you're planning a ceremony, you will want to make sure you wait until the baby's umbilical cord is dropped off, assuming again that we're doing this for a baby. Both of my sons I did around the age of 2 years old, right around their second birthday. That was just my personal choosing. You will want to adapt this for an older child if you're doing this for an older child, but definitely wait until the baby's umbilical cord is gone, as then the baby is established as his or her own person. You may also wish to get guardians, or they're essentially the child's godparents. This is, of course, a symbolic position, not a legal guardian. The purpose of your naming ceremony is going to be to present the baby to your community, individuals in your family, your friends. This places the child under protection of your family and friends, as well as your gods and guardians if you have a particular path that you follow. So having guardians is similar to godparents, and naming them as people who will promise to protect and watch over the baby. Okay, so a little note of caution: if you're planning to invite people to the ceremony that are non-pagan, be sure that you kind of stress to them ahead of time or prep them a little bit on what is going to be entailed, so that they are used to it. It might be a little bit different for them and what they're used to, okay? So, let's see here. I have several pages of notes. In this ceremony, the parents will typically take the role of the high priest or priestess. However, an elder can do this if you prefer, or your actual high priest or priestess. In the case that the parents will perform this rite, it is their chance to dedicate themselves and bind themselves to the child as an oath to their baby or child. So this is an opportunity for the parents to express how they will protect, love, and honor their child and raise them to the best of their abilities under guidance of their deities, their guardians, and their ancestors. So really, this is a very universal ceremony that can be used for a lot of different purposes and paths. So, let's see. Before you begin, you are going to want to consecrate the space, of course. You can smudge with sage. You may also place a circle if you choose to do that. If it's within your path, you will want to cast a circle or call to the elements and corners, as well as your patrons, matrons, any guides, deities, ancestors, guardians. You will want to lay the offerings with your altar and set up your altar on the table that we talked about, of course. So you will set your altar up, anything that you have for it to be at hand, and then begin by casting your circle, calling your guides, and calling to the corners if that is how you choose to format your ritual. So, first I'm going to talk about a basic ritual that I've kind of adapted from various sources online. So these are actually, this is not my ritual. I've made separate ones for my children that were very personal to us, and of course kind of made them customized to each of my sons, and I did that around the age of 2. So it was more for a child rather than a baby. But I'm going to walk you through the basics of how to do this for a baby, and then I'll go back and talk a little bit about how you can alter or change this to make it your own, okay? So you will invite the guest to form a circle, sunwise around the altar, and call to the quarters, of course. The guardians and the parents will have place of honor at the altar. So you will call upon the gods of your tradition and ask them to join you in naming of the child. Some traditions will state that if the child is a girl, it is best for the father or a male elder or family member to lead the ceremony. If the baby is a boy, then the mother should preside, and similarly, an elder of the female gender or high priestess. So, the leader of the ceremony will say, "We gather today to bless this child's name, a new life that has become part of our world. We gather today to name this child," or you may say, "to proclaim this child to your specific deities, ancestors, etc." Calling a thing by its name will give it power, and today we shall gift this child. We will welcome him or her into our hearts and lives and bless him or her with a name of their own. The parent will then, or the leader, will turn to the guest and say, "To be a parent is to love and nurture. To lead a child is to be a good person. It is to guide them along the right path and to teach them both and learn from them. It is to rein them in and give them wings. It is to smile at their joy and weep at their pain. It is to walk beside them and one day then allow them to walk alone. To be a parent is the great gift we have given ourselves, and the greatest responsibility we shall ever have." The parent or the leader will say, "Mote it be," and the rest of the procession will echo, "Mote it be." The leader will then turn to the appointed guardians of the child, if this is applicable for your ritual, and ask, "Will you stand beside us for the love of this child? Will you tell the gods who you are?" And they will say, "We are," and present their names, "chosen to be the guardians for this child." And the parents will ask, "Do you know what it is to be a child's guardian?" The guardians will answer, "It is to love and nurture and show guidance and counsel. It is to help a child make choices should she or he need assistance. It is to be a second mother and father to this child upon this earth, and to be there when called upon." The guardians will say, "Mote it be." The parents and the rest of the procession will echo, "Mote it be." Now you may begin to offer the elements, or you can alternately give a fivefold kiss, or both. So a fivefold kiss is a tradition in Wicca that you can adapt for a naming ritual such as this. Oh my goodness, the sun is getting bright. And you can also have it adapted for hand fastings. So in your traditional Gardnerian Wicca, you have a particular fivefold kiss. For a baby, I have adapted it, and there are two variations, which I have written here in my notes. So you will say to the baby, "Blessed be thy feet that have walked this path. Blessed be thy knees that kneel at the sacred altar. Blessed be thy hands which shall hold my own in trust and love. Blessed be thy lips which shall utter the sacred names. Blessed be thy eyes which shall always see wonder and magic in this world." In turn, giving a kiss to the baby in each part that you have named. Or you may choose the other variant I have here. "Blessed be your eyes that you may see clearly. Blessed be your ears that you may hear with compassion. Blessed be your lips that you may speak the truth. Blessed be your hands that you may help and guide others. Blessed be your feet that you may walk the path of beauty and spirit all the days of your life." Then you will say the child's name. "May nature care for you. May your ancestors attend to you. May you always know love, and may the gods always be with you. Mote it be." And the procession will echo, "Mote it be." For the blessing of the elements, you can choose to place the baby on your altar within a car seat if you're afraid the baby's going to wriggle around. If it's a child, or you just choose to place the baby inside the circle, you will have them stand inside the circle of your guests that have gathered, or inside a circle that you have made. So the leader will say, "I honor you," and the child's name. "Bless the child. Bless this child with each of the elements: water, fire, air, earth, and spirit." So one guest can actually administer each blessing if that's what you choose. In my case, I chose to do this with my sisters because there's 4 of us, and I had each of them present an offering. The final offering of spirit will be presented by the leader, or the parent, of course. So as each blessing is presented, the presenter or the bearer will state, "Blessings of fire be with you, my child. May this offering grant you creativity, passion, and courage." The leader will respond if somebody else is presenting this to your child, and also with you, brother or sister, after the offering is received. Then next, the next person will come up and present the token of water, for instance. "Blessings of water be with you, my child. May this offering grant you intuition, sensitivity, and boundless love." And so forth. The parent or leader will respond, "And also with you, brother or sister." Next, "Blessings of air be with you, child. May this offering grant you intelligence and universal wisdom." "And also with you, brother or sister," says the leader. "Blessings of earth" is next. "Blessings of earth be with you, my child, and may this offering grant you patience, stability, and abundance in life." "And also with you," says the leader. Then comes time to offer spirit to the child. The leader or parent can whisper this in the child's ear, for instance, if it's a lullaby, or the artwork, or special blanket, or family heirloom will be presented to the child. And the parent or leader will say, "Blessings of spirit be with you, child. May this offering grant you oneness with the universe," and also you can say your deities, "with the gods," or "with the god and goddess." At this time, the circle will echo back to the parents, "And also with you." And then all together will say, "Mote it be." The parent will then use the blessing oil to trace a pentagram or any symbol of your tradition on the child's forehead, saying, "May the gods keep this child pure and perfect, and let anything that is negative stay far beyond their world. May they always have good fortune, may they always have good health, and may they always be joyful. May this child always have love in their heart." Then the high priestess or the parent will use the blessing oil to trace a pentagram or their chosen symbol, upon the baby's chest and say, "You are known to the gods and to us as," and the child's name. "This is your name, and it is powerful. Bear your name with honor, and may the gods bless you on this and every day. Mote it be." Then all will echo "Mote it be." At this point, we come to the close of the ceremony, where you can pass the cup of wine. This is optional. As the cup goes around the circle, the parents will hold their child and walk together, presenting him or her to the guests as they honor the child. An alternative to this is to pass the baby from guest to guest, or the child, if it's an older child, and allow them to kiss the child, in turn offering their good wishes and blessings. This can also be done in lieu of offering the 4 elements and immediately after the 5-fold kiss, or done as a close of offering the elements. When the cup comes around to the guardians will say, lifting the cup, "Welcome," and the child's name, "to our family and to our hearts. Your parents love you, and we thank them for giving you the gift of life. We ask the gods to watch over you," and the child's name, "and over your mother and father, and we wish your family abundant love and light." The leader will say, "Mote it be," and all will echo, "Mote it be." Finally, the parents may hold the baby up and proclaim them to their particular deities. Hold the child up to the sky so that the gods may reflect upon the child, and ask the group to silently hold a blessing in their hearts for the child, setting the intent for the moment and sending their love and positive energy to the baby or the child. Everyone will want to take a minute to reflect, and the parents will think about the journey with their child and what it means to be a parent. When everyone is ready, you will want to close the circle in the manner of your tradition and dismiss the guests. You may also wish to have a little get-together or celebration after that. So, cakes and wine. Let's see. Now, I wanted to talk just a little bit about how you can change this to be done, for instance, for a much smaller circle, or for just the 2 parents to have this ceremony, if that is what you choose. It's even possible to do this as just one single parent. You will, of course, want to administer all the offerings to the child yourself, and just change a little bit in the wording so that you will have your complete ceremony, which, of course, you can do as well. If the child's a little bit older, you're going to want to change the wording, because obviously the child is not a newborn, and they can participate a little bit more in the offerings. Of course, you're going to want to be careful and hold the child's hands when you're offering the element of fire. You don't get it too close to them, just kind of place it next to them so that they can gaze on it. And like I said, those little mason jars, if you go ahead and put your candle or something in there, if it's small, even a small little tea light candle, that would be really good, because you can just leave it in the jar and pass it before the child, which is what I did with my elements. So we just had a jar with water, a jar for earth, a jar with incense that was burning in it for air, and a feather. And we fanned my sons with that. And then a tea light that was inside the jar, and then I had several that match it that I can reuse. So that is your basic ritual for doing a baby dedication. And of course, like I said, you can really alter it a lot to make it personal to your family and to your children. I hope that this covers a lot of information that is really useful. And really think, if you're choosing to do a ceremony like this, about how you would want to hold the ceremony and the people that you would like to attend. You don't have to do a huge circle. It's totally not necessary. If you can really get together four, 3 or 4 trusted people that are close to the parent or parents, it will work out really perfectly. So um, this is a really great opportunity to kind of slowly introduce people who might be non-pagan to a lot of your traditions, and they can see the parallels in how that aligns with other traditions that they may be more used to and comfortable with, so that they can really begin to see a little bit about um, pagan ceremonies and things like that. And it's okay if you're not really familiar with rituals and things of that sort. Just really plan ahead of time and think about, um, you're welcome, and think about what you would like to take place, and maybe even run through your script a couple times. If you write it yourself, um, you might even want to use what I have given as a guide. Um, that really can make it special, and it can be a very memorable and wonderful ceremony. So, um, if you have any questions, I am always here to talk and answer, and of course to listen and bounce ideas off of. So, uh, just drop me a line in the comments or PM me, and I love to talk about different pagan rituals. So, I'm an ordained minister, and I'm also high priestess for my circle. So I have a lot of great ideas and things that I've really found helps and work out for me. So hopefully this helps you along your journey and on your path, whatever it may be. And thank you so much for viewing. Good night.